Oh, I wasn't recording.
Why are you major in? Do you major in politics?
No. I'm a business administration and economics major.
Me, I'm in social and political sciences. Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting to me, and it has been interesting actually to learn about. I mean, I'm taking 2 political science classes. This one, international relations in Northeast Asia, and a large percentage of the class is about United States relations. In my other class, as well as I think this one as well. But it has been interesting. I have learned a bit hearing about what you guys talk about, especially this about like the freedom of speech and not being able to talk about politics and stuff like this on media is really interesting. So it's been good. even though it's not directly part of my major, it was good to take this class.
So should we go back to the movie, or we like I don't know? We drink. No, that's good. It's good talking. So I don't know what can we say more. I don't know. Because we related medias at that time to medias today. So
Yeah.
You see that. I think.
Another interesting topic, talking about the U.S. election. It came out in the news. There was, I think it was in North Carolina. We have open carry laws, so you can walk around on your college or in church or in restaurants.
It's different than other states.
Yeah, every state has its own laws. For example, in California, never, and other states never as well. But in I think it was North Carolina, I believe it was. So somewhere on the eastern coast where it's a little bit more conservative. But the guy was arrested for walking around with his gun out and like threatening people if they weren't going to vote for Trump.
Really?
There was a line, and he was like walking around, like asking people who they were voting for.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, so the influence people have, like Hitler or even Donald Trump, have on people is really, really crazy.
What was it last time when we talked about, like his relation with his niece and was it Eva Braun? Like they were like prisoners to him, like because of his influence. We talked about it, about something like this. I don't remember.
Yeah, how the 2 women that he had closest relationships with, his niece and his wife, girlfriend,
I don't know what it was.
lover. I don't know. But how these people, I mean, ended up.
They couldn't escape from him.
Yeah, they felt in prison. Like living with him was that bad. Did they both kill themselves? I know the niece killed herself. Yeah.
And I think she tried. Was it like to get attention or something? He was a toxic person. Oh, that's the teacher. He's sending a message.
He loves students very much.
Said each group's leader is supposed to help foreign students to. Oh no, it's about PowerPoint. It's nothing about. Thought it was about video.
I have a question about that. The cruel dictator, and then I think that one of the most cruel or something like that person in the world. That as I said that last week that I think that in the terms of the politician, that he used his condition or the environment, it's like environment, condition and around him.
Mhm.
I think he take that like good, bad. If this look like the other can see that bad, then he take and use it good. I think that in that perspective, I say it again. I'm not the. I do not like Hitler. I think the perspective, the politician, I think that is. Can I could say that Hitler was a little sense of politics. I think that he has sense of politics and he has the sense of the.
Demagogue.
Yeah, they want to instigate the person
Yeah.
because only he has just the reason he hates the Jewish or the ability that he cannot the one of the most the cruel person in the world. So I think that he has a political ability. So how about yours? I have a question about this. About what's your how about your thing of my opinion?
You're very
Yeah, no, I mean, I completely agree. The way he took advantage of the situation, of a harsh situation, and it actually reminds me of another case which is kind of similar to the demagoguery of Hitler. But it was, I think he was the president of the NRA, which is the National Rifle Association in the United States. And in 2014, I think it was, when there was this shooting where a 20-year-old went and killed like 25 children or something like that at an elementary school. This guy, he gave a speech, a very empowering speech, which convinced many people to support gun rights. And he was basically doing the same thing. He was creating an in-group, and the in-group was the people who wanted guns because you wanted your children to be safe, because you wanted your families to be safe. And he was trying to convince them that anybody else who didn't support guns were against your children being safe, and totally using scapegoating, using some lies, creating his in-group, creating fear in people.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, it's a much smaller scale compared to what Hitler did, but I think he was an incredibly smart guy to be able
Yeah.
to use all these techniques to do what he did.
Yeah, it's kind of like the way he acted was always very smart, and I think he was a perfectionist, so everything has to be Yeah, we can't say he wasn't smart and just was like a smart person.
Our many textbook describe the racism and include racism. So and our Korean is one race and one language. So it is weird to watch the diversity of the race in other countries. So
That's why yesterday when you asked me all those
Yes.
questions,
I prepared presentation for
Yeah.
Middle East also. They are also many races, so it is weird to me. I understand, but but your country's textbook also show the racism in some points somewhere. So, especially USA, there are many race. So, how do you have the same insight to watch other race in your country? Are you?
Like, how do we not have the same insight towards immigrants or what, or towards other races, or what? I don't understand.
Okay. Korea is one language and one race,
Yeah.
so it is difficult to be familiar with the foreigner, especially black. So in Korea, there is also racism toward the Asian, like East,
Southeast.
Southeast
like
countries,
Vietnamese, Filipinos.
countries, yes,
Okay.
and black because this kind of thinking is affected by media or textbook or think positively to 선진국을 USA or America or advanced country. So this culture affect our ideas to race. So I also have. So I try to deviate these kind of ideas. So you are trying to go to Asia and especially you live in diversity of and diversity of race and familiar with every race. So how can you
Sorry.
how can you do like that? So I got yes. Because it is I envy you. I envy you because I also have the prejudice.
The team is that our class, and then the team has a force that they will.
They'll do theirs.
I already reserved. Yeah. So I try to do also that.
It's very diverse back home, but you have, I mean, the same, all sorts of,
Excuse me.
yeah, you're good. All sorts of different opinions and ideologies, and it goes back to what party you support and what kind of news you watch. If you watch Fox News, which is a very Republican, very right, very Trump supportive and such, you'll see things about how illegal immigrants are stealing our jobs, how citizens have to work for lower wages, how there's African Americans killing people, you know, and higher crime rates and
Like
stuff.
there's a problem.
Yeah, like there's a big problem. And then you have the other side, which is the complete opposite.
Progressive, conservative.
Yeah, exactly. So you have the conservative against it, the progressives more for it. People saying that undocumented workers or the diversity is beneficial to our economy. So it really just depends on who you are and who you support and your own personal views. I myself have grown in San Diego. We have the city I'm from. There's tons of everything. There's Vietnamese, there's Middle Easterns, there's African Americans, there's Mexicans, there's Chinese,
You live there?
Koreans. Yeah, there's tons of everything. You have little neighborhoods with each like type of different people from different country, and it's one of the cities with the largest population of Middle Easterners. So yeah, it's really diverse. So I personally have no issue with it. I think it's a good thing. I think it's really good to have a diverse country. But I think if you go to other states and other cities, maybe the central states,
case by case.
yeah, every state is like a different country in the United States. So if you go to Oklahoma, for example, where my grandfather lives, it's like 90% white. So people don't have this sorts of diversity. So it really depends where you come from and who you support.
You live good place. So, because
Yeah.
Also.
Here it's mainly the same. Like in US, really depends like which political
Yes.
politics you follow. Like for example, in France, like the far right party, which is like it's really awful to hear what they say. Like this is so much racism. Like you can't believe like when you hear it.
There are many racism.
Well,
in
there's
France?
one party. This political party has been rising for since the ISIS attacked in France.
Yes.
And that's exactly just like Hitler. Like he
Uses
they
fear to-
fear. They talk about fear of others. They're the problem. Like they have to be out of France. They have to follow. So this party is actually rising because of the leader. She's a woman. And she's saying very smart. She's like using fear and like the main fear for the next elections. Like for years in France, like you always have first many candidates, and then after the first vote, like you keep only the first two, and usually it's one from the right side and one from the left side. So it's not really like conservative and progressive, but let's say it's right and left. So like the two main political side of France. But like this year for next May, like the main fear is like the two person who will be candidates, the main candidates will be one from the right and one from the far right, which is not a good thing. So it's more just conservative and extremely conservative and racist.
So in short, you are just choosing the idea of toward race.
What do you mean?
You are just choosing the idea of idea.
About it.
Well, I think the thing, like, maybe for you, just like you said, like, you only have one race and one language in your country. So I think you're thinking more than us in terms of race. But, like, for me, in the everyday lives, I'm never thinking about, like, race. Never. But maybe because I grew up in a country where there's so many minorities, so we don't think in terms of race.
Yeah, it's true,
Yeah.
and you can't just assume it's so diverse and so mixed. You can't assume or tell where people are from.
Yeah.
I've had many people. They look completely Chinese and they speak Chilean, or they're speaking Spanish, or they're grown up here. Or their parents are mixed, or it's just so mixed.
Diverse.
It's not, yeah, it's so diverse that you can't think like this. And I think it's like that in most of the cities. But of course, like we said, there's other places that are.
Because
A little bit more.
in my country, if I would talk to someone about race, like they would say there is no. What do you talk about the race? There is no race. Like it's not a. Well, yeah, if I would be talking about race in my country, they would say, "Oh, you're racist." Like, why do you talk about race? Because there is no races, just all the same. So yeah, I personally don't think in terms of race when it comes to diversity in things. But it really depends, like. Because you're from a country where you had one race. That's why you might think like this, but like just the way it is.
Yeah. Besides Koreans, what would be like the second largest amount of people who live in Korea? Chinese?
I think they're Chinese.
Chinese?
Mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're Chinese.
In Konkuk University, there are many Chinese. So
Yeah.
And a lot of Koreans don't particularly like Chinese, right?
That's what I heard.
At least from what I've
Right.
observed, yeah.
Yes, case by case.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Because I think it also made by media, because media said that media just to describe the Chinese figure or feature by their mind. So it gave wrong ideas about Chinese. Yes. Yeah. But yeah, we try. I in my case, I try to debate that kinds of thinking.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
I think that many Koreans think that the conservative, the older or the elder person have a thought about that. China is a poor country yet, because when they're young, the Korea is the more rich than China. Then I think that they have the idea of them because them, so they ignore the Chinese, and I think that is the big reason. Because,
Yeah.
the person, the other or the not young people ignore the Chinese, and I think that is the big reason.
I think it is so ridiculous that when we see American or European, we happy and we happy. We like to meet European and America, but while we hate the racism of European or West people, but we also 차별하다가 we also differentiate or developing country peoples or Chinese or East people. It is so ridiculous. So this is the problem of Korea. Korea has many problems, but it is also the one of them. I thought. Thank you.
That's good.
So I haven't never been other countries, so I will go other countries like you.
You should.
So I experience other countries, many people, and change my thinking.
Your way of thinking.
That prejudice other country by media. So we have to keep on. We have to realize the better tactic to make thinking better. Yeah.
Alright.
Good.
I think we got a little bit more than 10 minutes
Means it was good talking.
Last semester. This is in
Korea.
In Korea, yeah.
Not to be staying.
You
You're
are
staying for a year, right?
going
Yeah.
to France and USA.
She's staying?
I'm
for
staying.
one more semester?
Yeah, I'm staying.
When?
Here. Oh,
When?
here. I'll be here
Until
until
when?
next June.
Next June?
Yeah, so I'm here 1 year.
Oh, 1 year.
2 semesters. Yeah.
See you later.
But this class is just the one class of the political science.
I have one more political
I have
science
it
class.
too. Ijian professor.
At the Eastern Asia, like, what is it?
I forget his name. My other professor, political science, he's an American. American
The
Korean.
glasses, he wearing glasses.
American Korean.
Yeah, he looks rather young. I think he's.
The class name is the Eastern Asia, or like that.
I forget what his name is.
International
forget what his name-
politics of Eastern Asia.
Of Northeast Asia, yeah. He's an American.
Yeah.
But I think he's half Korean or maybe full Korean, just born and raised in the States.
That's right, yeah.
So yeah, his English is very good. He studied over there as well. It's an interesting class. So I'm graduating in May, so I only had a few classes that I could take. Actually, only 3 classes that are transferring. But I really wanted to come and study abroad, so I said, okay, let's do it. And for my visa, I have to take 5 classes. So that's why I'm taking the 2 extra classes. I said, might as well take something interesting.
After this semester, you go back America.
Yeah, I go back home, 1 more semester, and then I graduate.
Maybe you go back to Mexico.
And then I'll probably go back to Mexico, yeah. Depending on, we'll see in the next couple days. Yeah.
Your life is dynamic.
Yeah, we'll see. We don't know. Maybe we'll come back to Korea. We'll escape the United States.